Welcome to Your OC Sucks, the weekly podcast where we review and critique the best and worst fan-created OCs in My Little Pony Fandom. This show is unscripted and unfiltered, so moderate language will be used. As well as this show can be heavy on the critique at times. That being said, if you're easily offended, don't watch, pussy. Feel free to join us this week for this show. This is episode 89 for December 4th, 2015. This week, back by popular demand, 2-man episodes. I am your host and the head of Fan Interaction, Medi Bobo, and I'm joined by...
Soren wants answers, and I want to know where my family is.
This is going to be a fantastic episode. Yeah, it's just me and Soren this week. So yeah, we should talk about the fan art.
Oh yeah, we should do something productive, like some,
like continuing with the show flow, I guess. I really like the Roman gecko yaks. That was one of my favorites, and I really like the humanized yaks.
Yeah, humanized ponified, and then they're gonna do humanized ponified humanized.
Oh my!
And then it's just gonna be this big ordeal, like a vicious cycle.
But yeah, we got a lot of cute fan art. A lot of stuff for Smooth. And then there was one about Commander's 2 fanfuls with knives.
With knives. I don't think we need any more of that in the world.
No, we now know the secret identity of Yasina. It's actually just Rosie Posey's OC when she gets mad.
Seems to make sense.
Alright, so... how we're gonna decide who goes first with OCs, because that was all the fan art. The rest will be shown. I'm going to flip my cell phone of indeterminate fate, and the back is gonna be tails, and the front's gonna be heads. What do you say?
Well, you know how I'm always chasing that tail. I'm gonna have to say tails.
Okay. Tails. So
Yes.
you get to pick who goes first.
I'm gonna say, being as how I'm so generous and not because I'm not prepared or anything, you should go first.
You motherfucker. I'm bringing on Breakneck.
Oh, I already like it.
Breakneck is 17 human years, so that's the equivalent of if you want to determine age, so she's a younger person. She works with the weather crew, but dislikes her current job and wishes she could do something else because she thinks it's lame, and is currently in hardcore flight camp. She likes flying, rainbow dash, energy drinks, say the existence of energy drinks is feasible in Equestria, training, and I also like how they include that when they mentioned energy drinks. It's if they exist, she would like them. Training, her stuffed bear DJ, DEJA, and picking fights with other ponies, with other ponies for laughs, or for the lulz.
For the lulz. Lulz too random.
She likes to get into fights. She dislikes clearing the skies. When I originally read this, I read clear skies, and I was like, why? But clearing the skies, people who think they're better than her, small animals, and bad/stormy weather. Her pros is she's very physically fit, is a very good flyer, ambitious, excuse me. That's the third time I've read this and went, ambiguous?
Ambiguously what?
But yeah, she's ambitious, determined, self-confident, and proud. Her cons are she's cocky, pompous, too competitive, can be very rude, and speaks a bit too loudly.
Oh dear.
She fears failure, making a fool of herself, appearing weak, and never creating her own personal sonic rain boom. Her cutie mark / talent is that she's just really good at flying. Her speed is above average, represented by the wing with wind coming off of it.
Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah. But I mean, like, it does look like a little bit like the pony wings. You see, they remove the outlines on the thing, which is why.
Oh, okay. So I'm stupid. I was like, the red is supposed to represent the wing, and the blue is the wind. I'm just dumb. Never mind.
No, the blue is the wing and the red is the
Yeah, yeah. The
wind.
blue is the wing and the red is the wind. I see that now.
Alright, so her backstory is Breakneck always was a very cocky individual since she was a little filly, and her mom always pressured her into being the best and could rise to the top above all else. This is quite obviously the reason why she is a bit too competitive. When it came of age for her to go to flight school, she entered with pride and determination to be the best flyer she could possibly be and make her mother proud. She volunteered to enter summer flight school for a chance to amp up her physical ability. So she was just like, I'm just gonna fucking keep doing this. Flight school all the way, bruh. She also got her cutie mark after winning a major race in flight school. Similar to
Ooh.
the final exams in like human schools, I guess.
Yeah.
She tried for the top of her class. Breakneck was simply amazed at her abilities. This made her realize that this is what I'm meant to do, be an epic flyer.
Be an epic meme.
And then she was so rad. So rad is like the last thing in here. So yeah, that's her character background, and I think it's a pretty good one for just like a flighty, fast unicorn.
Flighty fast unicorn?
Alec. Pegasi.
Peg's eyes.
Peg.
So what do you think?
What I think? I brought it on as a good, that's what I think.
Okay.
I think she's pretty good. I think there's a lot of people who may think this is just like a Rainbow Dash clone, but it's like she had her own little personal things. Like she doesn't seem like a Rainbow Dash clone. Just because there's another Pegasus out there who wants to be really fast doesn't mean it's just Rainbow Dash.
I like how they called her Breakneck. That was really like I like when a
Yeah, like
name is really clever because it's like
yeah.
breakneck speed.
When I originally saw Breakneck, I was like, oh no.
Oh no, it's gonna be edgy. She
I was
breaks,
afraid it would be like she's a ghost pony who snapped her neck going so fast.
and so she breaks other ponies' necks to haunt them and make up for her lost time on the Earth or
But
something
no,
like that.
she's breakneck speed, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Uh, and I also really like how her determination actually follows through her character because she goes to extra classes. She's doing extra work to be better.
Extracurricular speed activities.
And there she goes. I also like how she included Rainbow Dash in her likes and dislikes, but she was like, it wasn't a big deal because it's like, if you know anything about the universe you live in, you know that there's a really fast mare who doesn't shut the fuck up about herself.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing within OCs is like, yeah, it's okay to include. Like, there's a lot of ponies that like Rainbow Dash. She's fucking famous.
Yeah, it's okay to recognize Rainbow Dash.
But I mean, like, if it was in her backstory, like, oh, she followed Rainbow Dash to class one day, and then when she got out, she made out with her, and then they went on a date and had babies. Like, that would be stupid.
Yeah,
But,
it's like as soon as you cross the level of, oh, and they're secretly best friends.
and they're secretly best friends. So that's one good point that I really liked about this one is it's just like, yeah, she likes Rainbow Dash. There's nothing wrong with that because everybody likes Rainbow Dash. And well, a lot of people probably do. She saved Equestria multiple times, so I mean, it's not an uncommon thing to like Rainbow Dash. But I mean, yeah, there is that thin line of, oh, I like this, or oh, I'm completely involved with this, and non-canon shipping, and oh god, just turns into a mess. But yeah. So, is that all we got for story?
Yeah.
Aesthetics.
Yes, this design is great. I like it. I mean, the blue is a little too, like, her coat blue is a little too bright, if anything, because it's really white looking, but it's not. And I'm like, I feel like the shaded part would be a better coat fill.
Ah. Hmm. Yes, perhaps that would be interesting to see.
Though I think that would just make her look way too much like Rainbow Dash, and then you'd get all those comparisons.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what they were trying to avoid.
Which is
But
good. And I also noticed that they had an outline of their cutie mark in their thing, but then I noticed like on her actual pony, it's not outlined, and I'm like, oh, that avoids the problem that I don't like. Is when they outline the cutie mark, and I'm like, oh, that looks fine. It looks good.
yeah, it fits right in. Nice little wing with some wind coming off of it. A red wind, no less. I wonder if she actually makes like what does her trail look like? Is it like is it like a red trail when she flies really fast?
Yeah,
That
probably.
that'd be cool to see because I mean, what Spitfire has the like lightning trail, doesn't she?
I think she has like a flaming red lightning trail,
Yeah, something like that. And Rainbow Dash has the rainbow, of course.
and
And
then Alicorn Princess Twilight Sparkle has the life ruining trail.
wherever she goes, people's lives get ruined.
It's true. Uh,
I
but
really
I like the colors here.
I like how the main definitely it speaks volumes. It says, "Hey, yeah, she flies fast, so her hair's gonna be messed up like this all the time."
I
That's
imagine like that's just like she doesn't even care about her hair, and like she just zaps so fast she lands somewhere and her hair is just permanently stuck like this. And she's like, "Oh, I'll never be able to style it." But her tail's fine because it's behind her.
yeah. So I like how the main kind of reflects the lifestyle that she has or her aspirations, and it also just looks cool in general.
Yeah, and her eyes are nice.
Surprisingly, this this contrast with the red I actually really like for
Yeah,
whatever reason. Like it goes blue, blue, and then red, and I'm like, or I guess it's more like pink, salmon-ish. I don't know,
like
but
it's a brighter pink or a brighter purple, really pink. And in
yes.
fact, like the pink in this looks like the pink in my main.
So I guess it matches in completely fine. I have no complaints against that at all.
Yeah, I really like this OC.
It's pretty tasty.
Also, this is one that was submitted to us on Tumblr. We haven't touched Tumblr in forever.
Oh God.
I think that this OC is really cute, and I'd like to see more about her, like maybe like a little comic series about her going really fast and achieving that goal that she wants.
Her joining the Wonderbolts and then making them actually do cool things instead of getting their ass kicked all the time.
But that's one thing I did like is like she doesn't really mention the Wonderbolts. She just mentions
Exactly.
Flight Camp.
She's just like, I want to go fast.
It's like Wonderbolts are like
They're like
fl-
the
they're
Blue
like
Angels of the Pony verse.
yeah, and she just wants to be like a indie
An
an
indie fast
indie jet
racer.
an indie jet flyer. Good.
Excellent.
All right, moving on to your OC, Soren.
Okidoke. This is Aerial Ace by Dark Amethyst. Her special talent is aerial acrobatics and speed. But she is a traveling trapeze artist, and she's from Canada, eh? So,
Canada?
yeah, Canada.
Is it just Canada or is there no? Oh, it is just.
Wow. All right, well.
I thought that was just you and smoothisms.
No, 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 no.
Canada.
So she's witty, ballsy, friendly, humorous, confident, energetic, and determined. No, no motherly. I'm gonna have to give you a 0 out of 0 for no
Whew.
motherly.
Let's avoid that motherly though.
She's daredevil, risky, reckless, lazy, cocky, and nosy. She actually likes heights, crude jokes, challenges, risking permanent injury or death. So she's an adrenaline junkie.
Like
Animals.
jumping out of a celestial cart. It's the greatest thing ever. Without a parachute, even better.
So, being Canadian, she likes pancakes with maple syrup and snow and funnel cakes. Yep. Dislikes rudeness, close-mindedness, quiet small enclosures, boredom, stupidity, and harsh critic. Oh, uh-oh. Well,
Uh
guess we gotta get rid of it. She's insensitive when joking. We know all about that. Trust issues and has a short attention span. Now, what were we doing?
You're doing the general backstory and description now.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Who? I'm gonna go get a bowl of cereal. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Anyway, Ariel Ace was born as just as Ariel. She lived a happy fillyhood, and she was spoiled, rich family, but she didn't have the diamond tiara or silver spoon attitude. She's a little bit more humble. So she appreciated everything in life and what it had to give to her. She really liked to go to the annual circus when she was younger, and she liked the trapeze acts the best. Their tricks inspired her to come up with moves that would take her years to perfect.
So does she like do these trapeze acts without her with like her wings taped down?
I don't know.
Because I mean, it takes a lot of the risk out, and like that's a good thing. But it's like I want to risk it. I
Yeah,
want to be out there wearing a straight jacket.
a straight jacket. So go forward 5 years from being a filly, and auditions were held to participate and travel with the circus. So she was like, "Oh man, I could be part of the trapeze. Let's do this." When it came time, she obviously tried for the trapeze role, and she put in some of her tricks and moves that she had been working on um, into the audition, and she landed a permanent place in the circus, and they gave her the name Ace. I guess because
Ooh.
she was just so perfect at her moves, and she also got her cutie mark for that. And she basically became the main star of the trapeze, the star of the show, and she was always performing risky and dangerous tricks to capture the audience's attention, and none of the shows would ever be the same. She always switched it up. And she's on her downtime, she's telling jokes, practicing eating junk food, and hanging out with friends. So I thought that was pretty cool. A different take, like someone who's not ashamed to join the circus. She's afraid of clowns, but joined the circus. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, just pretty great backstory in general.
Yeah.
Simple but not generic, you know? And I really like that because there's a lot of stuff out there that's generic, and it's okay to have generic because I mean, it's just like, oh, this is a pony that grew up and made a sweet shop and they bake cakes. I mean, that's okay because it's not necessarily bad design, but this is a good example of something that's simple yet not generic, which is really a fresh idea because a lot of the times we'll see over the top or like over the top special
You can
snowflake
be
or
as
generic.
special as you can be as uninteresting as over special. I think it's a good story. I like the traveling circus act
Ye-
idea, especially with Pegasi, who is, and if they're working the trapeze act, like I said, like does she do it with their wings taped down? But I'm like,
that is
no,
one interesting thing. Like,
because she can. That makes it like there goes the risk because she'll just fly off if she falls.
yeah, pretty much. So, does she like bind her wings down or
Probably not. She probably uses it as like the balancing stick. She just extends her wings.
Ooh. We're gonna move on to aesthetics.
Okay.
So, I really like I am really jealous of this person's traditional art style. Like it's really it's drawn well first of all.
And like looking at their transition of traditional to digital, it's really impressive actually because everything carried over.
Pretty darn well. Yeah, it just looks really good. I like the this like bushy hair. This like it's like I don't
It
know.
looks like an actual in-show hairstyle.
Yeah. And the tail is really bushy. It's just something about it. It's pretty darn pleasing just to look at. I mean, the white stripe going through the blue is really like really cool. The shade of blue itself is really nice. It's kind of that. It's not a vibrant blue. It's a little bit more dull, but it still like works. I still really like it. And I mean, yellow on blue, obviously. It's always a great thing to have with the eyes. The cutie mark is great because it's like she's a star, and it's a star, and she's a Pegasus, so it has wings. Not much to complain about on this one. I actually haven't seen anything that I can really complain about.
No, I mean, like, this is actually a really, really good OC. I like it a lot. I also like how she has a hawk.
Yeah, that's cool. Because hawks are cool.
Is it Cyrus?
I believe it is Cyrus. Let's see here.
That's a good hawk name.
I don't think it had... No, it doesn't have the name of her pet down in the description.
I just kind of see it on her traditional thing.
Right. I was just trying to... Yeah, it looks like the Y might have got cut off down at the bottom there, so it is Cyrus. But... Oops.
So, do you have any final words on this OC? I mean, it's really hard to come up with critiques of anything really here because a lot of it is like really just on point.
Yeah, on point, simple yet not generic. Just a really good example of OC design, in my opinion.
So that was all the good OCs. Now let's move on to the bad OCs.
Mummified Thunderbird, Juris Cabby, come on down.
Is it every 2-man episode that it's just a... Did you shit on him when you were on a 2-man episode with him?
No, I didn't. I feel like, we can shit on me about this. We'll say, come on down.
But yours is like one of the best designed out of the 5 of us.
Come on down, Shining Ward. You're the next contestant on Shitty Stale Joke.
He's coming out with like a like a fucking troll mask on.
Overused. So, what overused stale joke are you gonna tell this week? I think I'll stick with the Juris Caveat shit one. You win $1 million, and I just win $1 million every week.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. So yeah, this is pink crystal gem or pink sea gem. They are a Pegasus, and they live by an unknown crystal cave. She doesn't know how to fly, but her magic necklace helps her with her hobby. Her hobby is singing, mining, and searching for who she really is. Her personality is quiet, cautious, fragile, and determined. The fragile doesn't really sound like a personality type.
Determined. Ha ha
ha ha ha ha. But her backstory is Pink Gem was born out of an egg with no parents.
What?
Her only knowledge is her mother has a... her only knowledge that a mother has a bird. What?
So she did have parents, they just abandoned her.
They probably, like, dropped the egg and it rolled into a nest and they're like, fuck. We're gonna make a 1 out of 10 decision right now, and 9 out of 10 of these decisions are wrong.
Wait, the mother has a bird? Maybe it was supposed to be was a bird?
I don't know.
But that'd be really weird. Anyway.
Pink Gem got her cutie mark while singing a song she wrote herself when she found a jackpot of gems.
Oh.
She doesn't know what a cutie mark is, but still doesn't. Since she had no parents, she was lost in an unknown cave with no one. Pink Gem never learned how to fly, but one day she found a mixed-colored gem made it into a necklace. And with a piece of yarn she found later, Pink Gem found out she had power of levitation. And one day she popped out of a cave and came into the world of ponies. Now she keeps her orphan children a secret and sells crystals, singing enjoyment and comfort. Singing her enjoyment and comfort. And maybe that's supposed to be seeking? I don't know.
No, sells crystals and sings for enjoyment and comfort. I don't know.
Sings for enjoyment and comfort. I missed the for part there. Anyways, this is one of the things I really don't like, is like a lot of this character is just build up to have a Pegasus with magic powers.
Yeah.
A pseudo alicorn. Even then, like, you get to my main issue with OCs like that it usually happens with alicorns was like, well, she's an alicorn, but she can't fly very well, or she can't use magic very well. Then why give them the wings? Why? What's the point? They don't add anything to her character. You only devalue your character by giving them a special thing. If she was an Earth Pony and she found this crystal, I think that would have been a lot better, at least.
Yeah. So, also the double cutie mark thing, like, it didn't really have an explanation to it.
They said something about a cutie mark and finding a gem,
She
but like
she,
just
she was singing one day and stumbled upon a jackpot of gems, so
yeah,
therefore
it's like,
double cutie mark.
is
And
it
I'm like,
like Rarity's gem finding powers? Is it?
she was born out of an egg with no parents.
That's another weird thing is the egg. I'm not sure if this person feels like since Pegasi have wings, they should be laid in eggs because birds are laid from eggs. But I'm pretty sure this is not how the show universe is gonna go by it. And then the crystal thing is like, I don't like pseudo alicorns, and a lot of people were like, well, she doesn't fly, so it's okay. And I'm like, well, then her character didn't need to have wings.
Exactly.
Moving on to aesthetics, I'm not a huge fan of her cutie mark design. Okay, I think that's a pure black in that musical note. I'm not sure if like Smooth or Commander would let that go because usually those are just pure black. But I feel like the gem is is a bit over detailed. I feel like you can represent a gem with a lot less
Detail.
yeah, detail. I feel like there's a simpler way of representing the gem. Hell, you could just go with the design of the necklace and not have to color it all the way.
Let's see here.
Or like you could make like a crystal music note.
That would be cool. That's always my problem with double cutie marks is having two things first of all, and second of all just having two talents with not with a non with like not really a great explanation as to why, you know? Like if it's just kind of, oh, they were doing this thing, but they're also good at this for no reason. I mean, like if there was a little bit more explanation, if it was like, oh, she's good at gem mining. And I mean, singing can even just be a hobby that they're really good at. Maybe the singing voice like resonated with the gems and that's how she found them, you know? I don't know, just a little bit more explanation into it would be better. You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, if either make it to where she does know how to fly because pseudo alicorn thing, or just make it to where she's an Earth Pony. And
yeah, I feel like Earth Pony would give this character the depth I'm looking for, at least. Because with the wings, you just make a pseudo alicorn. With the Earth Pony, you make a pseudo unicorn, and that's not as bad.
Yeah, especially if she's just like walking along singing, voice resonates with these gems. That's how she finds them. Then she mines them.
Maybe the gem is a catalyst that singing is a way to activate some sort of magic within it.
I don't have too many problems with the aesthetics besides the colors. It's like
I don't like the green mane, really.
It's like Daisy from the show. Like that lime green and pink atrocity.
The pink is fine. I think the pink
is fine. The green's a little too like.
I think the eye is fine too. I just don't really like the mane.
Right. I don't know if there is a way to like make green mesh with pink mane and body wise. I'm sure there is a way to do it right, but like such a deep contrast between green and pink is a little too much in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All in all, just a few things I'm kind of questioning. It could become something good, I think, with a little bit of work. If the mother is a bird, like maybe a little bit more explanation into that. Why the egg? You know, I don't understand why. So, anyhow.
Alrighty.
That's about all I got.
We're moving on to the last OC of the week. So yeah, Soren, who'd you bring on this week?
This is Tropical Smoothie by Bacon Pie 99. Um, she lives in Hawaii, and she is a smoothie maker in her own business, a local business, Tropics Smoothie Hut, because her nickname is Tropics. And her cutie mark is a glass with a red smoothie with a lemon, orange, and kiwi. Her talent is making smoothies for ponies and figuring out which fruits are ripe or not.
That's a pretty good cutie mark.
Hmm, let's see here. When she was a filly, she didn't really like to talk to many ponies except her mom and her sister, so she was an introvert. And as she grew up, she started becoming more extroverted. Um, her sister took her to go get some fruit for making smoothies, and they found a coconut, and they couldn't figure out if it was ripe or not because their mother always did that, and she wasn't there at the time. So Tropics used her magic and found out that it was ripe, and that's how she got her cutie mark. And
I mean, like it's a little dry, but I like it still.
so they brought it back to their house, and she was thirsty, so she made a smoothie. Um, she made some and asked her sister if she wanted to try it, and she said it was the best smoothie she'd ever had. And that was about it. I was the thing that really got me about this one was just the way the backstory was written through, like, just I definitely trimmed it up a bit and made it sound really good because the grammar and the way it's written is really like it's really hard to understand what is going on in the backstory. So I would definitely say because the backstory in itself is not horrible. It's fine, but it's really hard to understand what you're trying to convey with the grammar.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's just like so much going on and it's really confusing. But yeah, I definitely like cleaned it up a bit when I was telling it. So anyhow, thoughts?
I mean, I honestly like the idea of a unicorn who can tell which berries are ripe for a drink or not.
Yeah, this is the backstory isn't terrible at all. It's fine.
Yeah.
It just needs to be cleaned up a bit because it's very like hard to read and understand. But but the
But
aesthetics are like what really got me on this one. I mean, like my goodness. I feel mm, maybe if you took the red out?
I feel like the banana could go.
Yeah, green, white, and red. It's just it's a mess of color. I really don't like it at all, in my opinion. And like,
Yeah, I mean it does make me think of a fruity drink.
it makes me think of a mess because there's so much going on, and the body is
I
like, oh goodness.
I think it fits with the whole Hawaiian design though.
Yeah, the the design of the mane and tail is all right. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I just really, well, I don't know. Also, how the red is kind of sectioned off from this front green, white, and yellow. If if you're gonna do a portion where it's like colored portion sectioned off from a different like tri-colored portion, it looks very janky and awkward in my opinion. Cause like the front, like if you look at the straight on view, the front is just kind of the green, white, and yellow sectioned off from the rest of the red. So it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really meld together. It's really
It's a
awkward.
lot of colors, I
It's
feel.
really awkward in my opinion.
Because you get her brown coat, her banana hair, her Christmas hair, her blue eyes,
Also, the brown is kind of like very. It doesn't.
and then like her cutie mark is a little bit much for me. I feel like you could just have the fruity drink and like have one fruit in it. You didn't need all four or all three.
Yeah, it's
Lemon,
very confusing
orange,
in
and
your face.
kiwi. I think kiwi
Yes.
maybe
Yes.
kiwi.
Kiwi.
Also,
Kiwi.
is that clam the crab?
Crab. Glen. The
Oh, it's
coconut. The
Glen.
coconut crab.
I read it as clam, the coconut crab. It's like, do you hate your crab or something?
Or maybe
So you named it another
or
species?
maybe it's Clem. Yeah, that is a C and that's an M. Clem.
Clem.
Clem the
Clem the
coconut
coconut
crab.
crab.
That's a mouthful. But yeah, just like a few things that could just be switched around and this wouldn't be a bad OC. Like trim up and clean up your backstory a little bit. Like make it easier to understand what you're trying to convey. Because I had to try very hard to like clean it up and just say what you were trying to say. And that's not what someone wants to do when they're reading about your OC. They want everything set out to where it's clear, but it's not like just, super obvious or like don't put in stuff like, oh, I really don't know how to describe it, but the best way I can describe it is just clean up the grammar in your backstory a bit and say what you're trying to say. Don't dance around points.
Yeah.
Like, I think at one point they're like, well, the mom wasn't there to tell if the fruit was ripe. I don't know. I guess she was doing something else or something. And I'm like, well, just you can omit that part. You can just be like the mom. Like, don't treat your reader like they're stupid. They already know that the mom wasn't there because the sister and her went out by themselves. So I mean, don't treat.
Yeah, you don't need to baby the reader. It's like
Yeah,
the mom wasn't there. You don't need to give an excuse why she wasn't there. People are busy sometimes.
yeah. So not necessarily something about the OC, but that if you want people to get more into this OC, clean up your backstory a bit and don't treat your reader like they're an idiot or baby them. Just get straight to the point kind of thing. The only thing that I really have a quarrel with is the aesthetics because the cutie mark is way overdone in my opinion, and the colors kind of clash with the rest of the colors in the mane and the tail and there's like way too many damn colors going on in this thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand you're trying to get the tropical fruit vibe, and maybe the body is supposed to be a little bit. Maybe the body is supposed to be kind of like sand colored, or maybe it's coconut colored, I think. Honestly, a diamond in the rough here. Something that could be very great if it's cleaned up a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or even like down here when she has her hair up, or mane up,
Yeah, that does look a
it
lot
looks a
better.
lot better like this. So I mean, if that's just
Everyday haircut,
every
that'd be
her
great.
everyday hairstyle, I think it looks fine. Like the colors still clash a little bit to me, but at least they kind of meld in together a little bit better. Like it
Yeah.
looks a lot better. So if that was her everyday thing, that might even be because I mean, even with all the
Uh,
colors, it looks better in that style.
and I think I noticed one of the issues with the side, with like the 3/4 angle and the forward facing angle. The hair doesn't look like it changes.
Yeah, it's just
It looks like her body turned, but her hair remained in the same spot.
definitely just something that's not horrible, but it just needs to be cleaned up quite a bit. Not like a bunch, just a bit. And it could be something that's really good. So, but that's all I got on this one.
Alrighty. Oh, now let's move on to voting. And the way voting works with two-man episodes is you can vote for your own OC, but you only get one vote. I brought on Breakneck by Vantaset. Soren brought on, Soren brought on Aerial Ace by Dark. Amethyst. So yeah, Soren, who did you vote for this week?
I don't know. That's a tough one because I like them both. Breakneck does like the generic story of, oh, I want to go fast, but does it in a unique way, so it's not generic.
Yeah.
And Aerial Ace does simple but not generic, and I really like both of those styles of writing, and their aesthetics are both just really good. I'll give it to Aerial Ace.
Yeah, well, yeah, screw you, I give it to Breakneck.
What if I gave it to Breakneck? Were you still gonna give it to Breakneck?
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna be like, I'm gonna be polite and give it to Breakneck, and then I thought you were gonna be like, okay, I'll give it to Aerial Ace.
No, fuck you, Breakneck. So, since we both have one vote for our own OCs, we have to rock, paper, scissors this out.
Damn it. Alright.
Alright. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay,
What'd you get?
I got rock.
Damn it.
Ah,
Scissors.
you bastard.
Alrighty.
You see,
so,
Aerial Ace never misses.
Dark Amethyst.
Congratulations.
You win. Alright, and for bad OCs, I brought on Pink Crystal Gem by TwogFan45, and you brought on Tropic Smoothie by
Bacon Pie 99.
Alright, so voting for any OC, who do you vote for?
This one's also hard because they're both like, I would say that they could both be salvaged.
Yeah.
But voting in the spirit of actual like worst OC, I'm gonna say Pink Gem.
I would also vote for my own OC.
You son of a bitch, you just wanted to win.
No, that's not true.
But yeah,
Tropic Smoothie had a little bit that was wrong with her, but I feel like Pink Gem is more suited to be my least favorite because it's a pseudo alicorn. Now we're gonna do one question because we have a question.
Favorite color? Yellow. All right. See you guys later.
By W.P. Twam Muddy.
What?
I have a question. What are your guys' favorite historical subjects? Events, conflicts, time periods, person, etc., and why?
World War One and Two, because I don't know, I've just always been into it, like the weaponry.
I'm gonna go with World War II because of all the fucking crazy shit that happens during World War II.
I just like not sometimes the political stuff, but more so the warfare is really what I like to look at. Just like the weapons each side used, artillery, planes, boats, all that good shit. Like the politics are interesting too, but I've always been more into the warfare, the sort of action side of it.
I've always loved like the crazy shit, the crazy experiments going on during World War II.
Like what was his name? Dr. Mengele.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker with his love of twins and his giving us all the information we know on hyperthermia. So yeah, if you have any questions you want to send to us, or fan art, or OC submissions, or any of the things of that, like, you can send it to us at eurocsucks.deviantart.com, at eurocsucks at twitter.com, eurocsuckspodcast at gmail.com, and eurocsuckspodcast@tumblr.com. This show is sponsored by the lovely people over at patreon.com. If you want to give us money so we can do things with that money, like roll around in it inside of a bathtub and laugh maniacally and stuff like that, you should submit a monetary donation over at patreon.com/eurocsucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been a fun episode. I've really enjoyed recording it.
Yeah, it was short, sweet, to the point.
Sure, sweet. It was like an hour or so at most. So I really hope you people enjoyed it like we did, and we hope to see you next week. I've been your host, Medibobo, and I've been joined by...
Oh, and I have been... Where's my wife?
Where's my wife?
Where's my wife? I'm Soren once.
And your OC sucks.